So why? Like, why? How can the Bengals, who played the Chiefs and who gave up 50 some odd points in the first half of their meetings combined, then in the second halves of the games, two 30-minute halves, give up a combined 6 points, less than a touchdown in 60 minutes of play to the Kansas City Chiefs? The adjustments they made at halftime, they get locked in. And here is the problem with Andy Reid. How does this happen? You ask yourself. How is a guy, this is the fifth time he's been a favorite, lost as a favorite in a conference championship game. 3 times with the Eagles, 2018 with the Chiefs, and now ultimately again this year. How does this happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happens. You look in the second half, their lack of commitment to running the football. You have the lead. You can salt that game away, but Andy Reid gets bored. They get impatient. The same thing happened, in the first game against Cincinnati. They had the big lead, and as they come back, you start to get nervous. And this is going to be Pat Mahomes' cross to bear. He's an incredible athlete. The guy can throw the football all over the field from any position, like few people in the history of this world have ever been able to do. But sometimes you have to drop, put your foot in the ground, see your first read, second read. If not, check the ball down. Check the ball down. Stay ahead of the chains. And you fall in love with making these big plays. And it started happening earlier in the year. Then they got it corrected. And then they started reverting back to it. In a critical situation, he started reverting back to that and just trying to make the home run play. That's what he did to Tyreek Hill at the end of the game. Listen, you don't need to go win it right now. Just put together a drive. Put together a first down. Get 5 yards on first down. Get 4 on second. It's a 3rd and 1. The Kansas City Chiefs have all the offensive explosive firepower in the world. They can do whatever. But they got impatient. Andy Reid gets impatient as a head coach. Doesn't always just like to sit there and run the ball and take what they're giving him. Pat Mahomes, especially, starts trying to do too much. And that's always going to be something of quarterbacks that are athletic, that can throw the football the way that he can. And he gets away with it so often that he can drift back and throw the football 30 yards down the field after giving up 15. And it's a big play and everybody cheers and Tyreek Hill runs through the defense, or Travis Kelce does the same thing. And it's not sound football. And eventually it'll bite you. And if you juxtapose that with Joe Burrow, who always plays inside himself, who looks around on a 3rd and 6, hey, escapes Chris Jones once, escapes him twice, runs the ball for a first down, pulls it down and runs for a first down earlier. Pat Mahomes did that in the first half, especially last week. But Joe Burrow always stays calm. He always stays cool. And he doesn't have the arm mobility and ability to throw from all those slots and to make plays off his back foot. Joe gets it done by staying in the pocket, making sure that he gets the best picture of what he's supposed to do and makes the best play and the best read at that point in time. It's not what the Chiefs have done. It's not what Pat Mahomes does. And we cheer and we applaud because it's awesome to watch, but it's not sound football. And eventually it comes back to bite you. And when does it come back to bite you? In big moments and in big games. And so that is what ultimately happened with the Kansas City Chiefs in the second half. They weren't able to continually go back to that well. And the Bengals said, hey, we're not going to give you the home run. We're going to force you to drive the football and see if you can ultimately do it. See if you want to try to continue to run it. And they ultimately didn't want to do that. And it comes down, like I said, to the lack of patience that both of those teams have.